Hello and welcome to Plastic Kraken. This week we're looking at Combat Patrol issue number 3. So this is the issue that comes with 5 Infernus Space Marines. With this one, when I went in to get this one, they actually had quite a few of them left. And I called ahead just to make sure that they had it before I made the trip out to get it. And they told me they had about 15 in stock and that they just weren't selling. So, which is, I thought, quite interesting. Not seen that so much with the other issues, but there are still, when I went to get this one, there's a couple of issue 2s still there. But I know compared to the amount that they had before, obviously quite a lot of those are sold, because there's still only about 2 left there this time. I know also the trial run has ended for the most part, so I don't know if issue 4 will still come out when that's meant to. But I know, there's been an email going out to people that are subscribed that said that the trial comes to an end, and there was a competition for them to win like £50 if they gave their thoughts on the subscription, things like that. It looks like, I hope it's been popular enough to go ahead. I imagine it will have been. All the other ones that they've done have been. So yeah, I see that being the way forward. Let's just dive on in and have a little look at this one. So as always, this is what it's all about. The actual models that you get included are the thing that I think most people are interested in. So you got your Space Rines, and as you see, they're not in too many pieces. These go together quite nicely. If you've got something like the Leviathan box set, you might already have 10 of these, so you'll be probably well aware of how they go together and that sort of thing. These are just a really nice little set. Not too hard, particularly if you are a beginner. You shouldn't have too much trouble with these at all. I'd be very surprised if you did. And then obviously you get your 5 bases in there as well. But let's have a look at the magazine and see what's included this week. Okay, so here we have the magazine itself. So issue number 3. Once we open it, you have your instructions here on how to build your guys. Nice and simple, not too many parts to them. So there we have that. We then have a section about the Imperium and the worlds there, just a little bit of scene setting, I suppose, for what it's like to live in the Imperium. And then on the next page, sort of talks about some of the different worlds that you might find. There's Hive World, Forge World, etc. Over here we have a bit more about the Space Marines, just giving a bit of background info on them. So some nice sort of history, I suppose, and a bit of fluff really, just to get you started with the Space Marines. I imagine most people probably already know quite a bit about Space Marines, but if you are new, you're checking this out for the first time, great to see some content included there for you, so you can have a little read about them. And obviously as well, they're showing some of the other miniatures in the range here to whet your appetite a bit with them as well. On this next page then, just a bit of information about things like Vanguard squads, armoured support, and companies, and how that sort of thing works. And we get a picture of this Ultramarine here. Looks very similar to the issue 5 exclusive model that came in the Warhammer Conquest magazine. I don't know if it's literally meant to be the same guy, but it looks like the same pose. So I believe that was like Lieutenant Calcius or something like that. Perhaps if you know, you can mention in the comment section if that is him, but it does look like him to me. Once you get past that, a little bit more information about the first company, 10th company, that sort of thing, deep strikes. And then as we move on, you get your information about your Infernus squad here. So it starts telling you about doing like a rolling for like the name of the squad. So if you get 1 or 2, for example, call it Squad Decimo. 3 or 4, Squad Fabian. 5 or 6, Squad Cassian. So you can probably just go with that last one because I like that one the most. If you want to leave it to chance, you can just roll it. And you don't have to name your units by any means, but I suppose this is just to, give you something to do with these guys. Start giving them all names and things like that. And particularly if you want to start getting into like narrative games or crusade games down the line, giving these guys a bit of fluff to go with and making them your own, definitely adds to the fun. Then we got the data sheet here for these guys. So they've got 6-inch movement, 4 toughness, 3 up save, 2 wounds, leadership even 6+, and then objective control of 1. And then you've got your weapon profiles here as well. And then there's more about unit names here. So this is a much more in-depth naming table that they have here. So again, you can always use this for anything really. Any of your Space Marines down the line. So these sorts of things I think are quite useful and fun. Like if you want to give something a name and you don't perhaps have the best imagination, something like this can be quite useful just to have handy. And then as we get here, we get to your next mission, which I believe is called Cleanse, Purge, Kill. So in this you get to play with one of your Infernus Marines, and what they do is they have you set out on your map these infestation sites. Now these actually come with the issue, so you see they're sort of double-sided card, and you've got on here different things. So let me get it the right way around. You got like small infestation site, medium infestation site, large, and then armored infestation site. And you'll see each of these have their own stats as well. So like the lowest one, for example, got toughness of 2, no saving roll, and 2 wounds. And then the largest of which is toughness 6, 4+ saving roll, and 2 wounds. So the idea with this is that your Space Marine goes around and tries to take them down. Now this is actually quite interesting because it's something you can play by yourself. So you can, when you're doing these save rolls for these sites, you can just roll that yourself. And then, or if you had a second person, they could obviously do that. So it's perhaps not the most interactive game for a 2-player sort of thing, but something quite nice just to sort of give you something to do with your models as you're putting them together. Get used to the sort of the save system and the armor saves, the wounds, the shooting, all that business. So yeah, something quite fun, I think, for you to do in this one. And definitely something pretty cool to see those little cards included. So yeah, this just gives you more information about that, how to work out everything, how to move. And then at the end, you got a little part about whether the Space Marines won or the Tyranids won. A little part just to read out there. And on the back page here then, we just have some more of these little paper wound markers. Again, picture of the collection as a whole and the paints there. And then on the back, we just get to see what is in the next few issues. So issue 4 is going to come with the starter brush, McCrag Blue. I'm not going to try and say that one again. Wraithbone. I don't know if I'll get that one, to be honest, just because I've got 2 of those 3 paints. I don't think I've ever seen that middle one be used in any tutorial I've ever watched. That's not to say it wouldn't come in handy, I suppose, for something, I'm sure. But yeah, perhaps not for me. But that's even if they do actually release this one on the trial. I'm not too sure if they will or not. I know that was originally the plan, but these emails they sent out did say it's ended, so I'm not too sure. And then issue number 5, that's the one that comes with the exclusive Infernus Sergeant. So that'll go with your guys that you got in this issue. So instead of having the bog standard Sergeant that everyone has, if you get issue number 5, you can pick up this guy. So I'm sure this guy will probably get sold individually on eBay and places like that if literally he's all you're interested in. But otherwise, nice to have something a bit different to just the bog standard model. And as well, if you're just wanting to sort of build up your Space Marine collection as much as possible, perhaps even beyond the combat patrol and a bit further, nothing's stopping you from picking up 2 issues of this if you wanted to get a full, have a 10-man unit of these. Obviously, you get 10 the Leviathan set, for example. So if you did want to upgrade, it's just a simple case of just picking up an extra copy. And yeah, then you have 10 of those if you want, or I suppose 11 once you include him. Anyway, hopefully that's of interest to you. I'm still considering doing the giveaway that I spoke about last time. So probably give away some of these early issues, just so people can get their hands on them a bit earlier. So with that, just having to look into it a little bit, the rules around giveaways and that sort of thing are a bit more complicated than perhaps you would think. But yeah, just looking into that. Hopefully I'll get that live soon. So please subscribe, give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. But yeah, if you do subscribe, then obviously you'll see that giveaway when it goes live. And yeah, I'm quite looking forward to this magazine. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. If you do really want me to get issue 4 as well, just let me know in the comments. I suppose if enough people are interested, I'll pick that one up as well if I could get hold of it. And yeah, well, thank you, and until next time, take care.